No. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our last concert of the Liberty High School Instrumental Vocal Music Series. How are we doing tonight? Come on, guys, get excited. There's like only 20-some days left of school, right? Yay! I'm excited for tonight's concert. It's also bittersweet because I'm going to say goodbye to so many awesome seniors and senior families. But remember, it is just so long. It's not truly goodbye. Although I may not have you as a student in my ensemble or a parent in my program anymore, my door is always open, and I do want you all to know, seniors on stage and in the audience, that you're to come back and see me. I'll let the first initial email contact be from you, but I am here. I will always be your instrumental music director, no matter how old you get, no matter where it goes. You can always call me and I will give you advice. And parents, I said this last night, just because you're not a program parent doesn't mean that you can't hit me up for coffee at Panera or Zipani or Dunkin' Donuts. Like, let's keep the contact and the friendship going. And please come back and support our concerts and hear the awesome things that the younger generation is doing, because it was made possible by the work that your students did, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. The legacy lives on. So it's very important to have that strong role model and that up-and-coming class each and every year to replenish our music program. We are going to start with the jazz ensemble on stage tonight. We are going to do a piece by Dizzy Gillespie. This is an awesome piece. It's his one of his most famous pieces in actuality. Salt Peanuts is up there, and we did Salt Peanuts on the winter program. But Manteca is known for its awesome fusion of Afro-Cubano styles with this cool jazz bebop type of style. So here we go. It starts with a vocal that I am doing straight a la Dizzy Gillespie. This is what he did, so I'm not just shouting for anything. This is straight a la like 1974, 1972 Denmark recording. So here we go, Manteca. I should probably add, this was one of the pieces we did at New Orleans when we won our grand championship down there in April. Thank you so much. So I should have mentioned when the jazz ensemble went down to New Orleans, which was the first time this group has ever done an away trip and competed as themselves. Because there's usually limited time when you do festivals like that, and we have to do a mass band and an orchestra to accommodate the whole program, they've never gotten to perform it as themselves. So they actually got to do that. And they did win the grand championship, not only their division, but the grand championship. But we also had a soloist in the group that won Outstanding Soloist, and I need to recognize her. That's on tenor saxophone, and Emily Livesay. If you could stand up. So if you're wondering about the vocal in the beginning of that, I told you about the Dizzy Gillespie vocal. He just shouted Manteca twice, and they started. That's just tradition. But the I'll Never Go Back to Georgia chant was actually because Gillespie, this was during the time of, there was still some segregation and there's still some ill feelings towards African American. As he was going through the airport, he wasn't recognized as being Dizzy Gillespie, which I don't know if that matters or not, but he was more or less profiled because he was a black man, and he had a really unfortunate incident in the airport for no reason other than the color of his skin, and that's where we got that I'll Never Go Back to Georgia. One of the cool things about music in general is that it's always reflective of what the composer-musician is living through, a product of their society, whether it be Mozart and what he was writing for and what he was writing about, Beethoven, or Dizzy Gillespie. And when you go to the jazz idiom, it's all about like American history and what was happening, and if we say that segregation and racism didn't have an impact, we're lying. So a lot of our music has an undertone to it and a backstory, which is pretty cool. Now we're just going to change it up and go to a more modern piece, an original work called Foo Birds, right? I thought it was Flight of the Foo Birds, but I was thinking Marching Band too. Flight of the Foo Birds. So this is original work, and it's sort of cool because there's this little dialogue that happens for the greater part of the middle section between soloist T.J. Martin on alto saxophone and Ashley Kirker on trumpet. And the funny thing I think about it is that before we really thought about it, we assigned them to the solos, but they're also boyfriend and girlfriend. I just had to. Oh, it's a couple's duet. It's a couple's duet up here. So it's just a cool little ditty of a piece, which I think is rather nice. The conductor for this piece is my student teacher, Miss Jennifer Danitel. Jennifer comes to us from Towson University. Her applied instrument is violin, so to say that she was out of her comfort zone with jazz is a big understatement. However, she came in and did a great job and actually really ended up liking this group a whole lot, and feels really comfortable in front of them. So please welcome to the podium from Towson University, Miss Jennifer Danitel, conducting Flight of the Foo Birds. Thank you. That was actually the last piece that Jennifer is conducting. We've had 3 concerts now, and she's conducted 2 pieces last night and 1 on the Pops concert, and then this one tonight. So can we have another round of applause for her? She leaves next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is her last day, but she is coming to our Instrumental Music Awards banquet, so that'll be nice. So all of you that have yet to buy your tickets out in the lobby with Miss Beller, maybe you should think about doing that between the brief intermission or at the end of the concert. We're going to go on to Freddie Freeloader. I told the students that we were going to go in a different order, but we're not. We're going to go on to Freddie Freeloader. This is a classic Miles Davis tune. You can get it on his Kinda Blue CD. I love Miles Davis because it's not all about notes, 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 notes all of the time. Sometimes just simplicity can get the job done. Well done and simple can get the job done. Great tone, that type of thing. There is the classic Miles Davis solo in the middle of this, but rather than just have one trumpet player do it, for the whole time, we actually have the harmonized 4-part harmony in the trumpet section, and then Ashley Kirker will take it over with the finishing out the traditional Miles Davis solo. Soloists in this piece also include T.J. Martin on alto saxophone and Emily Livesay on tenor sax. All right, so, you okay? Okay, great. So here we go, classic Miles Davis cool jazz era, Freddie the Freeloader. Okay, before we start our improv set, I'm going to give them time to set up for the improv set. I'm going to do some senior recognition. Now, for those of you that haven't been to our concerts before, I always do this. We do it on a B-flat blues, and I actually was going to do a minor blues, but with the New Orleans trip and everything, we just didn't have time to work through that. But this gives all my parents in the audience have a student on stage the opportunity to hear your student develop their own original piece that they're creating on the spot over a 12-bar blues. So the chordal structure for the audience members is not going to change. Like, you're going to hear the same thing repeated, but what you are going to hear is each member of this ensemble doing 12 bars of an original melody that they're creating right here, right now, in the moment, which is the foundation of jazz, being able to improvise and go with it. So while they're setting up for that, I would like to take the opportunity to recognize the seniors on stage, because this is tradition at our May concerts for the last concert of each ensemble. So starting in the flute section, we have Catherine Dinsmore. Catherine plays the flute and the piccolo marching band. She's been in symphonic band, wind ensemble, jazz ensemble, orchestra, and marching band. She's going to Indiana University of Pennsylvania, majoring in speech language pathology and audiology. Catherine Dinsmore. Going to alto saxophone, Grant Orndorff. Grant has played alto saxophone in the wind ensemble, jazz ensemble, orchestra, marching band, and pit orchestra, and he is the drum major for the Lions Pride Marching Band. He's been in all-county band, and he will be attending the University of Maryland College Park, majoring in computer engineering, minoring in music. Grant Orndorff. TJ Martin. TJ plays alto saxophone. He's been a member of the jazz ensemble, wind ensemble, orchestra, marching band, and pit orchestra. He's been in all-county band, and he will be attending James Madison University, majoring in kinesiology. TJ Martin. Ian Tubman. Ian plays saxophone and has been a member of our concert band and our jazz band. Ian will be going on to Mount St. Mary's, and he is majoring in environmental science. Ian Tubman. Casey Woodburn. Casey plays trombone. He's been a member of our symphonic band and our jazz ensemble. He will be attending Towson University in the fall, majoring in advertising and graphic design. In the rhythm section, Danny Shade. Danny plays guitar and jazz ensemble. This is his first year in our program, but we're so glad that he stopped by and blessed us with his talents. He's going to be moving on to Carroll Community, Towson, and then Berkeley, doing a jazz guitar major. Danny Shade. Hiram Haraldson. Plays piano, and this is also his first year in jazz ensemble. He will be moving out to Utah State University, currently undecided. Congratulations, Hiram. For percussion, Christian Bachman. Christian plays percussion and has been a member of our percussion ensemble, wind ensemble, jazz band, marching band, orchestra, and pit band. He's been in all-county band and orchestra. He will be attending Purdue University, majoring in physics and math, minoring in glory. And our last senior on stage, Taylor Koppel. Taylor plays percussion and has been a member of our symphonic band, jazz ensemble, and marching band. He's also been a member of all-county band and orchestra, and he is getting ready to go into a pretty heavy-duty apprenticeship, and I don't have that exact information for what? Yep. Just an apprentice? Yeah. Okay. Yay, Taylor Koppel. So what we're going to do now is our 12-bar blues improv. The students do not need me on stage. This is very independent. Again, what they create in the moment is what they create in the moment. Nothing is contrived, and it's all about their expression. So here we go. that I know the parents of the students. Sorry. TJ Martin and Emily Livesay on the solos throughout this piece. This is just classic big band. Just thought it'd be a great closer for the end of our jazz series for this year. If you like what you heard, tell people to come back out and support all of our groups. If they really like the jazz band, get them back out here next year for the Pops concert and all that stuff. Like, it's great. I love it. Here we go. Basie's Beat.